dark corridors, flickering lights, and secrets that never stay buried. Tonight, we dive into 10 of the most twisted horror movies on Netflix 2025. From psychological horror that fractures your mind, to supernatural thrillers dripping with paranormal suspense, to cult classic horror soaked in blood and irony. These aren't just films, they're nightmares you willingly press play on.
About to change.
Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
I've lived by their rules my entire life.
Number 10. Things Heard and Seen, 2021. A young woman, a farmhouse, a marriage rotting from the inside out. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a supernatural thriller where the haunting feels as personal as betrayal itself. Her move into a 19th-century farmhouse should have been peaceful. But instead, shadows of both the dead and the living begin to twist around her sanity. The film thrives on atmosphere, icy cold hallways, whispers in the dark, and a marriage crumbling under hidden violence. This isn't about jump scares. It's about dread seeping into your skin. For me, this lands at a chilling 7.8 out of 10. A slow burn that lingers in your chest like smoke. Watch it when you crave not just ghosts, but the poison of a toxic relationship staring back at you. And if you think haunted houses are bad, wait until you meet a host who's far too eager to welcome you in. Number 9. Superhost, 2021. Vacation vlog. Isolated cabin. A host who smiles too wide. For too long. Supernatural thriller? Not quite. This one's scarier because it could actually happen.
Friendly introduction, like a, "Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I'm a superhost."
Two YouTubers searching for content stumble into Rebecca, an Airbnb host whose definition of hospitality slowly unravels into obsession. The genius here is tone, quirky at first, then suffocating, then insane. It skewers influencer culture while holding you hostage in an unpredictable nightmare. By the final act, you'll laugh nervously, then shiver, then maybe cancel your next Airbnb booking. For me, it's an unsettling 8 out of 10. Funny, unhinged, and disturbingly real. But remember, the next story isn't about a stranger. It's about blood, family blood, and the curse that follows it forever. Number 8. Sumala, 2025. Twins. One pure, one cursed. A shaman's ritual gone wrong. This is psychological horror dressed in folklore, dripping with ancestral dread.
Bapak ibu nggak pernah cerita kalau kamu punya kembaran.
Sumala crawls under your skin with its mythic setup. Two children born into ritual, one embodying light, the other darkness. What unfolds is less about gore, more about inevitability. The cursed child becomes a storm of vengeance, and every scene feels like folklore weaponized against innocence. It's methodical, ritualistic, almost hypnotic. For me, it's a potent 8.2 out of 10. A tense horror fable that proves curses don't die, they just wait. If you think bloodlines are terrifying, wait until you discover what messages can still come from 6 feet under. Number 7. Mr. Harrigan's Phone, 2022. An old man, a buried iPhone, and texts that don't stop. This is supernatural thriller with a modern twist.
Him to get what he deserves.
Stephen King's tale blends grief with technology in a way that feels both absurd and terrifying. A young boy befriends a reclusive billionaire. When the man dies, his phone is buried with him. But the boy keeps texting, and something, texts back. It's eerie, it's melancholic, and it asks, what if death really has no boundaries? For me, it's a thoughtful 7.5 out of 10, not the scariest, but undeniably haunting. Watch it when you want ghosts filtered through the glow of a smartphone screen. But if this story makes you feel trapped, The next one will make you realize, sometimes the prison is drawn in chalk.
Pirate King. Wicked.
Number 6. The Chalk Line, 2022. A little girl. A white chalk square. She refuses to step outside it. Psychological horror doesn't get more claustrophobic than this.
What is that? I can't hear you. Look out! We'll have to erase the chalk.
Your quick action.
Adopting a child should be heartwarming. Instead, it's suffocating. Every night, the girl cowers inside the chalk square, terrified of what waits beyond. The house becomes a cage. And the parents, prisoners of a mystery they can't solve. The beauty of this film? It transforms a child's silence into a scream you can't ignore. For me, it's a tight, disturbing 8 out of 10. Simple in concept, devastating in execution. But if you think this was unsettling, wait until you step into the hands of zealots who see blood as holy water. Number 5. Red State, 2011. Teenagers, a road trip, a fanatical church that's anything but holy. This is cult classic horror with a savage political bite.
Wickedness in America. Rampant fornication, adultery, abortion, flagrant sexuality. Everywhere.
Kevin Smith ditches comedy for fire and brimstone. 3 boys think they're chasing a hookup. Instead, they're kidnapped by a fundamentalist cult preaching apocalypse. What follows is chaos. Sermons laced with venom, cages, guns, and federal agents. It's brutal, satirical, and shockingly real in its reflection of extremist America. For me, it's a raw 8.3 out of 10, uneven at times, but unforgettable in its anger. Watch it for the madness, but brace yourself, because next, we descend into a house where the only law is survival, and the walls drip with unspoken screams. Number 4. The Seasoning House, 2012. A deaf-mute girl. A brothel run by soldiers. No escape, except through revenge. This is psychological horror sharpened into a blade. The film traps you in a Balkan hellhouse where trafficked women are drugged and broken. But one girl, forced to serve, uses silence as her weapon. Her crawl through the walls at night becomes the stuff of nightmares. Harrowing, yes, but also strangely empowering. This is not entertainment, it's endurance. And yet, for those who can take it, it's a grim 8.1 out of 10, painful but necessary. If this feels too human, too real, the next tale takes you to a mythic war, where monsters wear fangs and freedom is written in blood. Number 3. Underworld. Rise of the Lycans, 2009. Before Selene, before the modern war, this is the beginning. A cult classic horror myth of vampires and werewolves locked in chains.
About to change.
Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
I'd live by their
They are the immortal damned.
vampire and Lycan.
One born.
Say what you will. This is camp done big, gothic castles, leather, chains, and betrayal dripping with melodrama. The origin of Lucian the Lycan isn't subtle, it's operatic. Love, revolt, and a rebellion that sparks centuries of bloodshed. Critics sneer, but fans know. It's style over substance. And it's glorious for that reason. For me, a solid 7.6 out of 10, not perfect. But if you love werewolves screaming under a blue moon, you'll be hooked. But don't relax, because the next couple isn't fighting monsters, they're fighting each other. And their honeymoon retreat is about to become hell. Number 2. The Trip, 2021. Marriage counseling? Nope. Murder. A cabin. A plan gone wrong. This is psychological horror disguised as black comedy, until the knives come out.
Å dra på sånn fjelltur alene, det jo livsfarlig.
A couple retreats to a lakeside cabin, each secretly planning to kill the other. Darkly hilarious at first, then a prison break gang crashes the party. What follows is chaos, betrayals, torture, and violence that's both shocking and absurd. Think Mr. and Mrs. Smith meets Funny Games. For me, it's a bloody fun 8.4 out of 10, smart, savage, and surprisingly heartfelt in its twisted way. But if you think the past stays buried, the final film will prove every phone call can change your fate, forever, LL. Number 1. The Call, 2020. 2 women, 2 timelines, 1 phone. Every call shifts reality. This is psychological horror pushed to its breaking point.
20년 후에다. 내가 말이야,
너희 아빠를 내가 다시 살릴 수도 있지 않을까?
A young woman answers a call from someone living 20 years earlier. At first, it feels like connection, then manipulation. Every conversation rewrites the past. And with it, the present. The film is relentless, showing how a simple phone cord can strangle time itself. It's smart, terrifying, and devastating. For me, this is a clear 9 out of 10, a tense horror masterpiece that doesn't let go until the very last ring. Watch it when you're ready to question not just the story, but your own reality.
진짜 네가 그랬구나. 너 내가 찾아서 죽여버릴게.
이런 사소한 거로 사람 인생이 바뀐다니까.
So there you have it. 10 Twisted Nightmares on Netflix 2025. From psychological horror that worms into your thoughts, to supernatural thrillers whispering from the shadows, to cult classic horror dripping with excess. These films prove that terror wears many masks, and sometimes, the scariest mask is our own reflection. Which movie scared you the most? Dare to comment below.